Hey guys, hope you're all well. So, I'm just about to get my head down. I'm sleeping down here tonight. But before I put the camera on the tripod, I know a lot of people have been asking kind of how all this began, the history of it, and if I've had like any paranormal. Always when I start. Yeah, if I've had like any type of paranormal activity throughout my life before this, so just have a quick 5 minutes. Like I said, when I was younger, I think at my grandma's, and my uncle had been telling me that he saw something in the bedroom when he was a kid. I said, yeah, he kept saying he'd seen a ghost. He described it. He said it was a man in a raincoat, and I think that night or a couple of nights after, I saw the exact same thing in the bedroom. Now that is probably down to suggestion and me being scared shitless with what he said. Um, at my mum's house, I must have been 10, 11. I thought that I saw something in the sky. It was there for, it seemed like 5, 10 minutes, but it was probably seconds really. And that's really it, really, in terms of any activity from my childhood. Stacey has only ever mentioned that she saw one ghost at a nana's one night, which a nan knew about. Stacey was downstairs. I think a nan was in the kitchen, but she didn't know. And the stairs was like an open plan up over the top. And she saw a lady walk past in like a white nightgown. And she called to a nan, but the lady kept walking. And nan came out of the kitchen after she called for her, and she said, "Oh, so you've seen such a body?" I can't remember the name. Anyway, we had Olivia, and in terms of any kids having any weird experiences, it's Olivia. Our first house, we actually moved into a property that was next door, as in it was a terraced house, and on the end next door to us was a funeral home, um, and we did have some weird things happen in that house. Not in terms of hauntings, there was nothing going on around the house. It was mainly connected to Livia. We'd go upstairs, walk into the bedroom, and she'd be sat on the windowsill talking, and we'd say like, "Who you talking to?" And she said, "There's a woman next door who keeps coming seeing me." That did scare the absolute shit out of me, really, really badly. And then that was it, really. It was, could have swore I'd seen something go past then. Yeah, that was it. I'd never really been interested in ghosts or anything. Then Most Haunted started. We used to watch that. We actually used to enjoy the live ones. That was on for years, and I was looking for something to do, a new job. So we set an events company up, Really Haunted. That did really well. We were one of the first for start East Drive. Finished up like some weeks we was doing 3 events a week there, and just staying there for them 3 nights. I never I never really had much activity happen at East Drive. It was one of them places. I think it's hyped up a lot more than it actually is now. I believe the story, the original thing, but in terms of anything that's left there now, I think it's gone, or it's just not bothered anymore. I think it's too overdone. Um, The only real thing that happened at East Drive, all the guests had gone one night, and before the drive was about an hour away from my house, so I'd gone to the toilet, and I always made sure that the doors were shut upstairs, and while I was in the bathroom, all the doors upstairs opened, so I kind of legged it out of house that night. It was that, again, scared the shit out of me, but you know, who wouldn't? We went to, so getting on to like where we are now, we went to Romania. We took, I think it were about 25 guests, 26. We did like close to a week there, visited loads of amazing places, stayed in Bucharest. From Bucharest we went to Snagoff Monastery, where Vlad the Impaler's headless body, so called. Then we travelled up to Transylvania. We stayed in Bran, lovely, like hotel in countryside. We hired Bran Castle out for the night. I think it was like 9 o'clock till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And that was an amazing ghost hunt. That place is like, one, it's beautiful, but two, it is scary, creepy. It's not like castles over here. It's just, it's different level. And the main thing what happened that night was Stacey got like proper scared. When you're walking around Bran Castle, there's like a secret, I keep seeing something whizzing by, there's like a secret door what leads up, like there's a door, and it's just stairs carved into the stone. She said she was going up there because we was in the room upstairs, and it felt like someone was chasing her up there. We'd done, again, Stacey always came on the ghost hunts with us. She kind of managed them when we were out for the events, but I'd never seen her scared like that ever before. She was, it was almost like she was having a panic attack. What's that? That's coming from upstairs. It's only me, Luna. It can only be that. Nose is kicked off the banging. Oh my god. You won't be able to see, I've just been stood there. I looked sideways and I've seen something stood outside of me. It was me reflection in the mirror, in the telly. Yeah, so Stacey was absolutely petrified. It was, I'd call it more or less a full-blown panic attack. We got home and it wasn't long after that things started happening in the house. Now, also, Olivia was gifted a so-called haunted doll. And they were kind of around the same time. And I initially thought it was the doll what had caused it. So one day I took it and I threw it at barbecue and burned it. And buried it. Did I bury it, or I think I just threw ashes away, or someone might have took them, I'm not too sure. So in like with how it actually started, I keep feeling things with how it actually started. Again, a lot revolves around toilet with me. I was sat in the toilet, and when you feel someone looking at you or you hear someone, I knew there was someone outside at toilet, and I'd opened the door and there was no one there, and then that started progressing, from me opening the door to the door opening and things like that. So it wasn't like things were just being thrown around and things were going crazy. It was really, really gradual. And I think we put up with it for 2-3 months, maybe a bit more, I'm not sure. Then it started escalating, so we closed the events down. At that point, we had events running in UK, US, and across Europe. So we closed all that down, to focus on family and try and get things straight. And then that's really it. We started uploading our footage to YouTube, and here we are with, not too sure how long it's been going on, 2-3 years. We had 9 months of peace after the first blessing and second, and now it's just 3 blessings a week. The priest who comes round wants to step it up to 5 blessings, but he doesn't have the time, so he's looking for a colleague who can come round, and start upping the ante, so to speak. There's definitely something around me. Yeah, anyway, that's just a quick overview of things that have been happening, how it started. I will go into more detail. If anybody has any particular specific questions, leave them in the comments below, and when I do the full video, I will answer them for you. So I'm going to set the camera up now on the tripod over there. That's where we have it now. And if anything happens, you'll probably see me asleep. So thanks for watching, guys.
She was my wife.
Who was your wife? Who was your wife?
You took her from me.
I didn't take anyone. Who? Tell me who you want. You've got the wrong person.
I found her here.
I found her. Who? Who have you found? Use that device again. Tell me who. Tell me your name.
My wife.
My wife. Your wife isn't here. Can you tell me what your wife is called? Can you tell me her name? Can you tell me your wife's name? Do you think your wife is Stacey?
Teehee. 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 Teehee.
I just turned it off. That has left me confused. And that tee-hee then. Right, that's off. And unplugged. Banging right house. Something in the kitchen woke me up. That started. If that goes off again, I'm leaving now because it's unplugged and that would just be creepy. I don't know where that banging's coming from. Sounds like kitchen, but there's not a thing out of place, so